All right. Welcome back to the channel. You know I don't like a long introduction, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. All right. Ask the universe, the ancestors, past entities around me, those who care about the collectiveness, the progress of the collective, to give me a message. Speak through me and allow me to help those get on the right path, not just for the individual, but for the masses, for all of us. Okay. All right, so we have someone in the not the actual beginning stages, but they're like preteen, adolescent, early 20s type energy. This, of course, doesn't mean it's the actual age. It could just be the energy that's being given off. Someone has the passion, someone has the drive, someone has the energy. It is a go, 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 go energy. And things are wrapping up. This may actually be the environment where it feels like things are coming to an end super quick. Very, very quick. And it's going to require someone to get in their King of Swords energy. There is something that may not look like stability. It may not look like something worth investing in, but it is. And this is going to help this person or these human beings be more strategic in how they move in the world. The planners. If you are not the planner yourself, you need to find those who are the planners. Those who can make judgment with clarity, with empathy, clarity, and equity. You need to find those who are on the path of clarity and who would make those judgments, because there's some people who are too afraid. There are some human beings who are too afraid to make the judgment because they're too afraid of being a bad person. But if you sit around and you watch someone do bad and you do nothing, you don't make a judgment on that, you are contributing to those problems. You do nothing, you say nothing, you have nothing to say about injustices, nothing to say about the bad things that are happening. You need to find those who are brave enough and smart enough to make a judgment call and to move forward in a strategic way. Maybe these humans who are watching this, maybe that's not your skill. Maybe you're skilled in something else. But this person, these people, they have the skills. You need to get on board with this judgment. A lot of times we have been taught and preached to that only a higher being can make a judgment. You can make a judgment as well. We are people. We are smart. That's the whole reason of using your intellect. You should make judgments. If you see someone pushing a kid into the street where cars are coming, you should make a judgment. You should. You see someone kidnapping your neighbor, you should make a judgment, friend. Yeah, you should. Who benefits from you not actually making a judgment? Those who are corrupt. I'm just going to tell you, those who are corrupt. Most of the things that you have been told not to do, as in judging others. Oh Lord. My brain. All the things that you have been told not to do. Judging others. Taking matters into your own hand. Fighting fire with fire. All of this stuff. What they say, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Turn the other cheek. All the stuff that you have been taught about this. Who benefits from that? If you're constantly turning the other cheek, if you're constantly letting down your inner child and letting people just do whatever the fuck they want with no repercussions, who are you disappointing? And who's benefiting from that disappointment? Who is benefiting from you doing nothing? Who is benefiting from you not making a judgment? Who's benefiting from you not actually working in a strategic way? Who's benefiting from that, friend? Who is benefiting? Ask yourself. This is a time of emotional stability that it is going to be offered. And you should accept it. You have to look at the things that's happening in your child. Humans, whoever this human being is, this human being needs to look at the things that's happened in their childhood. What did you learn from authority as a child? And you need to start deconstructing that. What did you learn from your teachers? What did you learn from your religious practice? What did you learn from those around you? And you need to start deconstructing that so that you can have a better emotional clarity and emotional judgment and emotional stability. There's something that is not destined. Can you give me more on the star in reverse? Someone may not have hope. They may not feel like it's coming out good. The stagnation. Someone may not have hope in this. It's almost like someone's stuck in this thought process. Almost like they feel like they can't escape. It's not that they're not looking. They just feel like they're stuck in the same spot. But this is not destined for too long. And you'll be able to move forward if you invest in your emotions. Invest in your emotions. Think about your emotions. It seems that a lot of people are stuck in this childlike energy, and I don't mean like in an insulting or these humans are just immature. No. And if I do say immature, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I mean that someone has been wounded, their childhood, someone has been wounded in a way where they haven't been able to grow emotionally. And this is why things are moving so slow. Why these humans are feeling so stagnant. It's because it's like these humans are focusing on everything else but the love. They're still very young when it comes to love. They're still very young when it comes to their empathy. They're still very young when it comes to their emotions and their feelings. It's like the childhood wonder about love has gone out the window. And it seems like it's only reserved for romance. Like, it's like people can only be delusional and hopeful when it comes to a romantic situation. And it blows me because it's like, that's why there's so much limerence, and that's why there's so much like input into romance, because you're not nurturing the other parts of you that's emotional. You're not nurturing your friendships. You're not nurturing your family. You're not finding your chosen family. You're not moving in a way that's emotionally fulfilling for you, and you reserve all of it for romance. It's okay to have a romantic little picnic and dinner with your friends. It's okay, I promise you. It's okay to deconstruct the idea that romance is your end-all be-all. It's okay to do that. Human beings are focused on the wrong things, and that's why I'm not saying that romance is the reason, but focusing on the wrong thing and only putting in emotional effort when it comes to romance is why we are where we are, is why human beings are where they are. You need to start thinking about your emotions and the things that have happened to you in your childhood that led there. And then working on something to get you in a better place. Because I promise you, if you use this love to care about others outside of just your children and your immediate family and your spouse, you would have so much work to do. And not in a bad way. You'd have meaningful work. You wouldn't just be working just to make billionaires and millionaires richer. You'd actually be fulfilled emotionally, because you'd be contributing to society around you. You'd be contributing to your neighbors. Your neighbors would come to you for advice. They would come to you to learn something from you. You would be someone who is valued in the system. But as of now, the only value a lot of people have is in making billionaires richer. But again, it starts with the emotions. It starts with taking a look at at your childhood, what you were taught, how you felt emotionally like abandoned, how it was, you were never fulfilled, it just didn't happen. And so you put all of your hopes and wishes on romantic love and this is what makes human beings still very immature when it comes to empathy, love, and caring and kindness for all. Because it's a very individualistic love. My husband, my children, my mom, my dad. That's very immature. That is very immature energy. I'm sorry. Sometimes I actually get like messages like that drop in my head. It sounds crazy, but literally I just heard grow up. I heard grow up. this might, and again, this is not an insult. This is just like, it's time to grow up. It's time to move forward. There will be a lot of stagnant energy until human beings start moving forward, until they start getting passion for things other than this immature love. And look how this Eight of Wands is turned towards this very, immature love. There will be no forward movement, or there will always be stagnation until people start moving in a better direction. You can have a lot of passion. You could have so much passion, but you got to remember that one person cannot fulfill all of that for you. One person can't do that. There is a leadership role that someone needs to take on when it comes to their passions. Something that gets them excited, something that they are the king in. This is not something that should solely be kept to yourself. A king rules over its people. A king rules people. A king is a leader. That's what a king is. And there are going to be times in your life where you're going to have to be a student. There's going to be times in your life where you're going to have to be a leader as well. Sometimes you are the voice, and sometimes you are the person behind the scenes. There are multiple roles that you're going to have to play. And this time, there is a king role, a leadership role that someone needs to take on. There's some of y'all who know how to grow food, who know how to, or you know people who have really good skills, and it's up for you to start connecting people. Now remember, take the my out of it. Not just my children, not just my people, not just my, take the my out of it. Take the my out of it. A lot of people aren't stable. They aren't stable. And it's this constant battle. It's like, it's a constant battle, but it's like almost like someone has given up, like they have been defeated in it. Or they feel like they've been defeated in it. They feel like in order for them to not be unstable, they have to go along with the status quo, and that's not true. If enough people start shaking stuff, you can change things. Life doesn't have to be a specific way. It doesn't have to be soul draining. It doesn't have to be you working your life away and getting nothing in return. It doesn't have to be. But there's so many human beings out there that are corrupt, where people aren't calling judgment. There's so many who are just corrupt, and we just let it run rampant. There has to be some passion towards making this come to an end. There has to be some passion towards making this come to an end. We're coming to a stage in this world where either we are going to be consumed by these people who are corrupt, or we're going to correct the corruption. Some of these people are even people that you feel are partners, or people that you want to feel a partner to. I heard a message earlier that said a lot of people are afraid to address systemic issues. They're afraid to fight against their government because it's too much like their marriage. That they have no hope in that because it's too much like their marriage. Yeah, if you're getting beat down all the time in your household, you won't have no energy. So for some of y'all, it's time for y'all to open your eyes to why you feel that you can't even do what you're called to do. Why everything feels so overwhelming is because you need to address what's going on internally. You need to address what's going on in your home. You think that romance is the end all be all, and you're giving your all to that when community is actually what you need. You can't address the problems of the world. You can't do what's really your mission, the things that are going to make you happy, the things that are going to make you happy, the things that are going to make you happy, the things that are going to make you happy. You can't do that because you're too busy invested in someone who's treating you just like the system is treating you, using you. I just heard like a roll of toilet paper. They're using you. And there are a lot of secrets. Again, I don't really read for love. I read for I truly read for the collective. I read for the progressive. I read for the collective progression. That's what I read for, so that we can progress as a people. But sometimes love comes up, and some of y'all are in partnerships that you need to rethink. And letting this go is going to bring you happiness. And there are secrets that somebody's not telling people things. Somebody is keeping things to themselves. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you keep keeping all those things to yourself, it is going to eat you alive. It's going to consume you. You are going to create shadows for yourself, and it's going to consume you. You will have nothing. You keep keeping it to yourself. Some of this person that you're with is keeping them secrets. But you're going to need to call judgment on the situation, so that you can move forward individually and move forward in a bigger way that the universe has for you. Because some of these people are reckless out here. Some people are really impulsive too. It's like, instead of going to the people that have already built a foundation, that the people that are already working hard, and they can help give you answers because this is their work and they've been working on it for years. Instead of y'all going there, y'all just make impulsive decisions. Or some of these human beings are just making impulsive decisions, especially when it comes to judgment. You don't actually seek the knowledge from those who are working hard and who are in a sense mastering these types of skills, who understand what stability looks like, because they have taken time to work on that. A lot of y'all are stuck in y'all heads and y'all don't want to make the judgment, but the judgment's coming either way. And the judgment is, you unfortunately may have to take the fall in a situation. A lot of y'all are experiencing shitty ass things because the people that you're with are shitty ass people. Very simple. Very shitty ass people. And you can have this emotional stability. You can have even this. You can even have this monetary stability. You can have it, but you're going to have to seek the knowledge. You're going to have to seek other people who can give you advice, and not only just give you the advice and you hear the advice, but you need to start taking the advice. You're going to have to start moving when things are going on in your head and internally, mentally, and you feel it in your body. You're going to have to take actions and steps so that you can release that energy. And being in your head and making impulsive decisions isn't going to make your reality not what it is. Ignoring it is not going to make it go away. You ignore that the same way you ignore society. You put the pillow over your head, and you wait until they come knocking at your door to come kidnap you. Yeah. There's nothing I could do. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There is something that you do. And guess what? It's in feeling. You are going to find your way out of this situation by feeling your way out of the situation. Are you surrounded by swords? Yes. But the water's here. The water's leading you. The emotions are leading you, but you're too busy stuck in your head. You don't want to face the challenges. You're too scared to move forward. You're too scared. And this might be a very hard situation. For some human beings out there, it is very hard. Some of these humans are going to be... It's going to feel like it's impossible. But if you actually take a look, the people on the outside can see that it's not hard. So maybe instead of being stuck in your head, get some outside perspective. You are not the only person in the world. There are people watching right now. They can give you good perspectives on it. Find the people that you trust. The people who love you. And the people you know have integrity. Because there are people that love you and have no integrity. People who love you, and because they work in a fear-based way, they're going to tell you, oh, well, you need to just, suck it up and stick it out. No, the hell you don't. Because you have a bigger calling. You have a bigger calling than just this little romantic offer. The one thing that you're told that you should actually care about in this world. And I promise you, that is not the only thing you should be caring about. Maybe there's a Taurus involved, but there might be a marriage coming to an end or someone leaving an institution, because this might also be about someone in an institution that needs to let this go, that needs to move on because it's not healthy. This person is not healthy. This place is not healthy. This line of thinking is not healthy. These people that you're communing with, you could see it. It's not like you don't know. They're all in the same type of me against the world type energy. Us against them type energy. They create these us against them type scenarios and keep you in it when it's really about the collective. Don't you think it's weird that our whole childhood we've been fed that you should want romance? Romance is the end all be all, especially those who who grew up being raised as a little girl. Don't you think that's weird? That's all they taught you that you should really care about? That you should give up your life, give up your soul, give up your dreams for those things? Don't you think that's weird? Don't you think that's strange? Who do you think benefits from that? Who do you think benefits from that? You have to be brave. And I feel like a lot of y'all are, and there might be a Leo involved, a lot of y'all are brave. You're just worn down. So that means you're going to have to make a judgment call. You're going to have to make the judgment call so you can stop being worn down. You can step in this courageous energy. You're going to have to tame these emotions. You're going to have to tame the lion within. You're going to have to tame it. And you can, because you have before. You have the courage. It is there. It's there for you. And this courage is going to move you forward. But you have to remember what has happened every time you've moved backwards. You're stagnant. That's what happens every time you move backwards. Stop looking behind you. Stop looking behind you. The only reason that you need to be looking behind you is to talk to your inner child. That's behind that has been behind you. That's who you need to talk to. Resolve that first, because you have these human beings, the people that I'm talking to, y'all have a lot of growing to do, and things are going to change. You're gonna get better results, better outcomes in this world if you look at things as a whole. As a whole, you are the center. You are in this body, in this experience for a reason. But there are different things that you need to be focused on, and it needs to be a balance. If you spend most of your time in one sector, you're going to miss what the whole point. You're going to miss the bigger picture. There is a bigger picture out there. Somebody might be a fixed sign, you might be Aquarius, you might be a Scorpio, you might be a Leo, and you might be a Taurus. Somebody's fixed energy. You are going to have to be okay with change. You're going to have to be okay with change, with moving differently. I know it's everything that you've ever wanted, but is this the reality? Are you getting everything that you actually wanted in this situation? Are you truly happy, or are you just hoping that one day the fairy tale will be true? Or maybe you're feeling, oh, this is just as good as it gets. Yeah, it is if you accept it. If that's what you believe, yeah, that's exactly how it's going to be. So that's as good as it's going to get for you. For you. And yet there are other people out here living their dreams, being on top of the wheel instead of at the bottom. And you're wondering why, looking at these people, why can't I be on the top? Why can't I be up there? Why I always got to be on the bottom? Because you avoid. You're an avoider. And this is not a condemnation. This is not a hit at you. Some of y'all are too wrapped up in your shame instead of actually moving forward. Dust yourself off. And I've said this before, but there are people walking this earth. I don't think I've ever said this on my channel, but I've said this before in my personal life. But there are people walking this planet who have done atrocious things in this world. They have done the most atrocious things to people. And they still walk on this planet like they deserve to be here. They have no shame of living that type of life, of hurting people, going out of their way to hurt and harm people. They have no shame. They take pride in it. You make one little mistake and you condemn yourself to the point where you can't do nothing else but be the same person over and over again. And yet these people are walking around. If those people think they have the right to walk around and cause harm, Why do you feel like you don't have the right to be here? Why do you feel like somehow you're worse than people who have done some of the most worst things in the world? Dust yourself off. You're not a PDF file. There are literally PDF files walking around the planet getting access to children because so many people don't want to look at the truth. You want to be that person? Truly. Do you want to be that person with your head so under the pillow that you don't see the danger, that you choose to look the other way, enabling behaviors like that? Because you have too much guilt and shame for yourself. And yet these people walk around with their chests out, hurting the next individual and hurting more. And yet you think you should be ashamed of yourself because you made a few mistakes along the way? You didn't even intentionally hurt people. And some people did out there. I'm not going to say they haven't. Some people have. Some people have. But still, the people I'm reading for, they're not going out here being PDF files. The PDF files don't have time to look at this. The PDF files are out there being PDF files, okay? And they still walk on this planet like they deserve to be here. And you feel like you can't? Stand up. Stand up. Because we're going to need more people like you who care. You want to be up here? You're going to have to learn to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to learn to look at the truth. It's very simple. You want the wheel to turn in your favor? Then you have to be honest with yourself about what's happening. Honest with yourself about how you've been moving. Forgive yourself and move forward. Your life is not supposed to just be revolved around this one tiny aspect of life. The Lovers in reverse. Again, your life is not supposed to be revolved around this one tiny aspect of life. It is not. And it's been fed to us. You have a decision to make. You have a choice to make about this. You can go towards the fruits. You can go towards community, or you can go towards the fire. You can go towards the barren land. You have a decision to make. There are other people on the other side of that. You can make your choice. This is not the end all be all. You have dug your head in these fantasies, and the fantasies don't come true. And unfortunately, it's with someone who doesn't even appreciate you. It's with someone who doesn't even appreciate you. Whether this is a man or a woman, this person doesn't give a fuck. They feel like you are their servant. You bring things to them. They don't have to come to you. They don't have to give. This is a very selfish, individualistic energy. That's what this is. And this is the person that you're giving to. You got people out there. You have a whole nother mission outside of this one aspect in your life. A whole nother mission outside of this one aspect of love in your life. Romantic love. You have a whole nother mission. And you're giving to somebody who keeps acting like you're beneath them. That's the person that you want to give to. You want to miss your fulfillment over somebody who thinks you're beneath them. They think you're lesser than them. If you don't wake up, you're going to miss your happiness. You're going to miss your happiness. It's time for you to stop resting. No more resting. Get out of your head. See things for what it is. You need to start looking at things clearly. You could spend your time ruminating over this situation and asking why. It's because people can. That's why. It's because there's nobody actually standing up and telling them no, they can't. And if it isn't going to be you, it's going to be somebody else until someone puts a stop to that person. It's really that simple. What's happening or what's happened to you is not unique, and I hate to say it. It is not a unique experience. You're not going through this because you're a bad person. You're not going through this because you did something to deserve it. You're not going through this because you're stupid. You're not going through any of this because of those reasons. If it wasn't you, it'd be someone else. If it wasn't you, it'd be someone else. These people are opportunists. They want to make you feel lesser than them. And they pick people who are loving and kind and caring, but you will get nothing out of this rumination, out of this over and over and over and over again. Why? It's because they can. It's because they can. It's very simple. Now make it so they can't with you. Make it so they can't with you. Very simple. Make it so they can't with you. Because this is not fulfilling. As you can see, the Nine of Cups in reverse is not fulfilling. It is you have been conditioned to think that this is going to be what's going to satisfy you in this world. You're going to get this and all your dreams are going to come true. You have this white picket fence, you're going to have the house and the kids and the dogs and blah, 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 blah. This is not the fulfillment. Even if you got that, there's something still missing. There is something missing. Even if you got it, there's something missing. Because it is one small aspect of the entirety of your life. That's why you're here to do more than just that. You are here to invest in something. You're here to grow something. There's some people out here who know how to grow plants. And maybe your mission is to teach others. Maybe you can teach others how to understand delayed gratification with learning and showing others how to garden. At least you will be getting something out of it. You will be passing something down to the next generations. People don't communicate with kids anymore. And there's someone out here who, I don't have it with me, but there's someone out here who actually loves children. You would work well with children. People don't talk to kids anymore. They just let them find their little iPads and on their phones and tune them the fuck out. And there are some kids who need your stability. They need this from you. Maybe you got some nieces and nephews. Maybe you got some friends who have kids. But these things need to be passed down. A lot of people think that kids are going to learn things just by watching. And some kids do, because some kids' personalities are like that. But most kids, especially kids who are into social media, who are on these technologies, they're not going to learn it just because you're doing it. You have to actively teach kids. You have to actually have a conversation with them. How will you know where they are mentally if you're not having conversations with them? There's someone who loves kids, and you got to be brave enough to step outside of this false dream and move towards what's going to actually make you happy. But some of y'all are stubborn. Again, some of y'all are fixed signs and y'all are stubborn. Some of you human beings are too stubborn. And you're fighting a fight that nobody's going to win. Someone is coming out of this energy, and some of these human beings are starting to understand that this is not a beneficial energy, and they're starting to move differently. And this is what's actually going to bring you that happiness. This is what's actually going to get you to move further in life. You have other things to complete in this world. Romantic love can be a part of it for some people. It is not everybody's mission. You have to remember that. And some of y'all want things and you've never questioned why you wanted it in the first place. There is a message of stability that could be had. You could get it, but you have to actually want to work on it. Not only just having to work on it, you have to work on your emotional health and the grieving process. Someone is in a grieving stage, and you have to actually look at it. Some of y'all need to get your heads from under your pillow. You're gonna have to go off and look for that missing cup. You're gonna have to. I'm sorry. There's someone who's gonna have to sneak off in the night. I don't know who this is, but there's someone that you're going to have to plan strategically. You're gonna have to pack your shit in the night and leave. Someone's partner or somebody is just not good for them, and you're gonna have to be strategic. Maybe this person is going on a business trip. Maybe this person is going out of town. You need to pack your shit and you need to leave, and you may have to sneak off in the night. Yeah, I'm sorry, but some of y'all are gonna have to actually do that. Because some of y'all are tied to this person in other ways. And I'm getting abuse. So some of y'all are honestly going to have to sneak off in the night. And some people are waiting for some people are... Actually, no, this is someone not waiting anymore. They're not waiting for their ships to come in. They're not waiting for this because it seems like they're understanding that it's never going to happen. The thing that they're waiting for isn't coming in. You thought it was, you waited there, but it's not coming in. This is going to lead you to a better life where you're actually giving and receiving in a very equal way. Even though it looks unbalanced, this is still the scales. This is still the scales. Look how one is down and one is up. But it's still 6 pentacles. It's a very equal give and take. It may not feel balanced at first, and you may not be the person giving. There might be other people who are giving to you, and you need to accept it. You need to accept it. You have a lot of inner work to do about accepting the help from others, because that's the whole fucking point of community. Stop projecting community. That's how we're going to survive the catastrophes that's headed our way. All right, can you give me some closing messages for the collective? Some closing messages for the collective. Some closing messages for the collective. Too close. I'm gonna put them here, upside down. Don't get too close over there. Okay, some closing messages for the collective. Let's see. All right. So if you walk into this journey, like this, look at this person's face. They're not very enthusiastic, and you don't have to be like jumping for joy. But if you walk in with this energy, being emotionally unstable, it's only going to lead to the Ten of Swords. It's only going to lead to you cycling through your grief over and over again. And maybe some of y'all do need to just grieve and allow yourself to grieve, because some of y'all are just aimlessly, I think that's the word. Some of y'all are just aimlessly just walking around, and because this cup has been the only thing that has been approved for you to actually put your emotions into romantic love again, a lot of y'all are unstable because this is the thing that you think is the end all be all. But a lot of y'all are going to have to start getting passionate. You're going to have to step into this Queen of Wands energy. Work on projects, get a hobby, teach a hobby, do the things that you love to do. This part, you're gonna be able to have happiness, but it's gonna take some time because you've gone through a battle, you've gone through a fight, you have gone through a fight. You're almost at the end of it. You're almost at the end of it. Some of y'all need to go ahead and grieve, because you've been walking aimlessly around trying to find this love that you've been looking so hard for. And what it's really in is in investing in you, investing in your passions, what's going to make you happy, so that you can give to the community. That is what's going to make you happy. That's going to be able to push you forward. You're almost there. You are. You just got to pivot. Just because you decided to pull into a parking space and you parked wrong doesn't mean you got to commit to it. Back the fuck up. Get out the parking space. Do it again. Back up and try something new. Find a whole new fucking parking spot if you have to, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you all have a good morning. I hope you have a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good night. And I will see you in the next one.